Hello, and welcome to another Music Buddy Employee of the Myth co-production. Thanks for being here. My name's Jane Gowan. Today, we're happy to bring you a special Music Buddy session from Blue Rodeo's Woodshed studio, featuring Blue Rodeo's own Mr. Jim Cuddy. Jim's joining us to perform his song Anywhere Else But Home, which is from his newest solo album, All the World Fades Away. That album was released in June of this year, and it's a beauty, so check it out. We talked about the making of All the World Fades Away and other musical Jim Cuddy related things on the previous episode. Andy Maize was a co-host on that one, and he and Jim shared some wonderful stories, laughs, anecdotes, memories. It was a great time. So check it out if you haven't already. Performing with Jim on the song is his longtime friend and bandmate Ann Lindsay on fiddle, the aforementioned Andy Maize of Skydiggers on backing vocals, Tim Vesely on upright bass, and yours truly on accordion. A shout out to our friend and co-host Joel Stewart, who was supposed to be with us for the session, but at the last minute got pulled away by forces beyond his control. We missed him, but he'll be back for future episodes of Employee of the Myth, so stay tuned. As is often the case with the Music Buddy sessions, Tim and I will find ourselves recording with musicians with whom we've never previously recorded or performed. That's partly what makes these sessions so fun and special. This was true for me, for sure, on today's session with both Jim and Ann, but they made it super easy and comfortable. Witnessing Jim's musical gifts at work in the studio context is a lesson on how to be a pro. He's a remarkable talent, an absolute music machine, and a truly positive force. He's one of those people that seems to be born ready, existing in a constant state of game on. As for Anne, she brings a warm and vibrant energy to the session and insane music chops. Check out her badass, beautiful solo on this song. I was in awe. In addition to her work with Blue Rodeo, Jim Cuddy, John McDermott, and others, Anne also releases music under her own name. Her forthcoming album is called Solo Works 2 and features her performing on the nyckelharpa, a Swedish folk fiddle. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that properly, but anyhow, keep an ear out for that. It was recorded by Tim Vesely at St. Anne's Anglican Church on Toronto's west side, the same church that was tragically gutted by fire in early June of this year. Of course, it's always a joy to record with my friend and bandmate Tim, who was simultaneously running the board while laying down the bass line. I encourage, or maybe urge you to check out Tim's new EP with his project, The Violet Archers. It's called Animal Song, and it's perfect melodic pop. As for my friend Andy Maize, what can I say? He adds magic, heart, and soul to any musical situation, and I could listen to him sing the phone book, even though there aren't phone books anymore. Please check out Andy's latest solo EP entitled Gold Slinger. It's pop rock soul at its best. And of course, do yourself a favor and dive into the 2 new 6-song EPs by Skydiggers, Hide Your Light and Bide Your Time. They are stunning. A big thank you to Susan DeCartier, Judith Coombe, and Donnell Scheel at Starfish Entertainment for their help getting us all in the same room at the same time. Okay, let's head to the studio where everyone's set up and ready to play. But first, Jim will tell us a little bit about the song. Here he is.
So this one's called Anywhere Else But Home. When I was young, I spent a lot of time at my grandparents' farm, which was in Prince Edward County, which is in Ontario, which is a lovely place. At that point, it was a pretty isolated place. Now it's very, very popular. But my mother had been born down there in a very small place called Cherry Valley. And she was very adamant about getting out of there. She went to Queens, and then she wanted to be a teacher, and she loves it there and goes... had been going every summer, but never wanted to live there. And I guess that was sort of injected into us too, because I loved it down there, but I used to have this lingering nightmare that if my parents ever died, I would end up being raised by my aunts and uncles down there, and That was frightening. And I think that one of the things that's a truism is that people that grow up in small towns, as much as they love them, as nurturing as they are and supportive as they are, it's very difficult to get out. Because if you make a lot of noise about trying to get out, people think you're being big-headed and arrogant, and they feel like you're dishing on their town. And your horizon's pretty small. You don't know what to do. So I've witnessed this a long time, and but I did have to reckon with this. I'm sorry to make this so long, but we played in Picton, and I played this song, and then I had a bunch of cousins there, and I went to them. I said after the show, I said, I'm not criticizing being here. I just said it. I said to my cousin, you've had moments where you thought you'd like to get out of here, and she said, no, never, not once.
Interesting.
And I thought, okay, so this isn't for everybody, but I think that it is true for some people. It's a lot easier when you come from the city because you have to you know your way around big places and being around strangers.
Very true.
Anywhere else but home.
Well, shall we?
Shall we? Okay.
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3, 4. Last night was a scene. They spilled some gasoline, lit a fire on the township line. Everybody drove their cars down there, hoping for a real good time. We were just walking round, burning ground, all covered in cinders and ash. It was the highlight of the summer year, midnight firelight bash. So long now, the time has finally come. No more waiting, everything is said and done. You wake up one day knowing that you don't belong. So when they ask you where you think you're going, say anywhere else but home. People around here don't put on airs, they keep their feet on the ground. I was always a bit much, I never had to pay, cause my cousin was the toughest in town. I could just fill my mind places I never went to when I was a kid. And as I watched my family work so hard, knew I didn't want what they did. So long now, the time has finally come. No more waiting, everything is said and done. Wake up one day knowing that you don't belong. So when they ask you where you think you're going, say anywhere else but home. I say wait, fortunes change, but that's not how it feels. My feet are sinking in. I don't get out now, I never will. The LC down by the parking lot, by the railroad track. You know I always loved this town, but it never loved me back. I can remember my first midnight kiss in the graveyard behind the bar, and I thought all my days would be like this, but that's not the way they are. up one day knowing that you don't belong. So when they ask you where you think you're going, say anywhere else but home. Bravo, that was good.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Make sure to check the show notes if you want more information about what you've heard today. If you enjoyed the podcast, please share, subscribe, rate, review, and play it loud. For more information about Music Buddy, go to musicbuddy.ca or follow us on social media. We also accept your kind donation at musicbuddy.ca/donate. For more information about Skydiggers, go to skydiggers.com. And for more information about Jim Cuddy, go to jimcuddy.com and bluerodeo.com. We'll be back with you again soon. In the meantime, keep singing, dancing, and whistling while you work.